Hey, Arlene, can you hear me? Arlene, you should have, let me check here. Today, you should have a package today. And it's a big box. It's a big box. So wherever you get your big boxes, it should be there today, Arlene. At least that's what it says. Hi, Dawn P. Hi, Miriam. How you doing? Brooke with an E, Missy, Pamela Kane, Annette. Just saying good morning to everybody. Got an art haul. What can I say? Barbara. Hi, Kat. Kat's saying good morning to people coming in. You're okay? All right. You're always on my mind, Miriam. Hi, tell him. View. Hi, View. To the front view. Oh, you're something, View. Kristen, animal lover. Said hi to Missy, Beth. Thanks everybody for being here. I got art haul. We're going to test some pens. If you don't follow me on IG, then hold your breath. If you follow me on IG, you already know what I'm going to show. Laverne, Kristen, hi Terry. Terry, I'm ahead. I'm one step ahead, Terry. with the bowl and the book. Oh, good. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Tell him. Hi, me. 3G Brenda. You're on vacation? Good. Good to have you, 3G. Brenda, I've been knowing Brenda forever as well. Hi, Janet. No, am I off on something? I mean, I'm a couple minutes early, Janet. A couple minutes early, if that's all. And I don't know, I haven't seen Tina. Have you heard anybody, Arlene? Have you or Janet heard from Tina? I mean, not that she ever is right here, right on the minute, but I just, I hadn't really seen her much all weekend around the web. Let's see. Who else am I missing? Thanks everybody for being here. Hope y'all are doing okay. Hanging in there. World events. Hi, Spare Room. Spare Room is my enabler today. If y'all have not watched or don't follow Spare Room, you need to follow her. Now, don't go over there. I mean, you can go follow her right now, but don't go watch the video I'm going to refer to till after this one is over. But yeah, I'm going to shout out Spare Room today. Let's see. Tina will be in a minute too. Okay. I should bring up Spare Room on my iPad. Let me go over here on the iPad. So, yeah. Hang on. Let me go over here. Let's see. Spare Room. So I saw this video and she enabled me. Spare Room. Spare Room Studio, I think is what it is. There she is. Videos. And I'm going to bring up this one. I'm not going to play it yet. I'm going to have it at the ready. So after we do our prompts and everything, that bowl leaves a shadow. Then we'll go over there. Let's see. Thanks, Jana, for saying good morning to everybody. You're welcome, Spare Room. Is it Jackie? Is it Jackie, Spare Room? What's your name, Spare Room? I think is it Jackie? I'm going to write that down if it is. Yes, she is. Tell him. We call it enabling, but yeah. Jackie. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. I'm going to write that down. I'm still going to call you spare room while you're here, but yeah, I try to, most of the time I just call people by their names here. Hi, Barbara, Chicken Pot Pie Society. And the reason I do that, rather than call you either what I know you as, or your nicknames or whatever, is because then when someone says, well, who are you talking about? Like if I said, Jackie enabled me, they're not going to know it's Spare Room Studio. So I try to call y'all what you are, what you really are. Although, like in Miriam's case, Art Curious, I do call her Miriam. But if y'all have any questions of who we're talking about, just ask. Let's see. Hi, Green. Green is in Oz. Let's see. Who else am I missing? Am I missing anybody? I'm not meaning to. Hi, Debbie. Amira. Hi, Amira. So don't let me check my emails because I did email someone I wanted to ask their permission before. Janet, did you see your email? I asked you to check your emails this morning. Girl, did you check your email this morning? I messaged you. If you didn't, can you do that real quick, Janet? It's from me. It's a forwarded email from me. Let's see. Hi, Angie. Can I hear you calling me what you think of me? Yeah, I'm not going to call you trouble, Angie. I know that's what you want me to call you, but I'm not going to call you that. Yeah, it's if you don't mind, Janet, can you check it real quick? Hi, Cheryl. Let's see, just me back from yes. So yeah, I call G3 Brenda 3G. Yeah, back when 3G was the thing. Now it's 5G. But so yeah, Brenda goes way back. So let's see. Belinda's saying good morning to people. Nice try, Angie. Missy said hi to me. How much did you spend? You don't ask a girl that. That's like asking her how old she is. Isn't that like asking how old somebody is? Hi, woman. And woman is it Andrea? What? See, this is why I call y'all by who you say what you go by here. So, woman, I forgot what your name is. It's Andrea. It starts with an A. That's all I can remember. Hi, Tex. Christina. What are you going to take her out for lunch or something, Angie? Did you get her something? Adria. Okay, Adria. I'm going to just remember woman, and I'm going to say A. A woman. I can always just say $5. Oh my goodness. Everything's always on sale, right, Matt? All right. So I was going to check my email real quick for an answer to, not to Janet, but to another person. Hang on. And I'm not expecting an answer this quickly. So, but I am going to just check to make sure. Yeah, I haven't heard back from her. And I know that there's still more people coming in. Becky Hernandez, let's see. Okay, all right, Angie. Let's see. Spare Room said it's like my hubby only ever has drawn 3 beers. Spare Room. Oh my goodness. Belinda's saying good morning to everybody in lieu of Tina usually does that. Let's see. So yeah, I like to spend the first 10 minutes or so saying good morning. Let everybody come in, get a seat. If you already got up there on in the front pew, some people are in the balcony. So all you lurkers in the balcony, hello. Y'all are so fun. Hi, Heart House. Let me get a sip of my lemon water. I do have a banana here, so I can take a little nibble of banana without choking, because I don't do well talking and eating. So take a little nibble of my banana. Let's see. Zinjin, Queen of the Front Pews. Hi, Marsh. Do you sit in the front? Do you sit in the front pew view? I have on occasion. Good to see you, Marsh. Let's see. Okay, so first off, I will start out by saying to keep Linda Renz in your prayers for her health issues. Keep her in your prayers, and Tim, her I'll say her grown son, but her grown son that she is caretaker of. Y'all keep them in your prayers, okay? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, get back to all right, Green. Heal up quick. Heal up, Green. Yeah. Drink lemon water. Let's see. Wendy. Hi, Wendy. Who else? Keeks. Hi, Keeks. We always like saying Keeks now. Used to be Fortnite. Now she's Keeks. Let's see. I used to sit in the front, not so much these days for no real reason. Well, when you have a little one, Marsh, you probably need a nap. It's hard to nap in the front pew. Right view? Hi, Ann Makes. Let's see. Oh, there's our Tina. Good morning, Miss Tina. We were just talking about you. Let's see. I have 2 pews in your house. Oh my gosh. Well, you're always singing, Barbara. You're up in the choir. Girl, you're in the choir. You're not in the pew, you're in the choir. Oh my goodness. Okay. Nappy neck rolls. All right. So again, I will mention Linda again later, Linda Rance and Tim. Y'all keep them both in your prayers. They need it. So just FYI. There's Tina saying good morning to more people. Let's see. And if I miss saying good morning to you, I'm not trying to miss you, even though I am moved in. My art studio is not quite finished. So hopefully by the end of the week, let me read this here, I'll be able to record again. I'm taking my time so everything can be right. Okay. Do we get a studio tour, Keeks? Do we get a studio tour? And don't forget, guys, make sure you have all messages clicked at the top of the chat window or you don't see all the messages. And that goes for recorded videos as well. Also, if you're talking to me like Marsh is, put it in caps. There you go. Marsh, I mean, I know he's not public for everybody to see. I get to see his baby. His baby is adorable. I'm just saying. He has the cutest baby next to my grandchildren when they were babies. Everybody's grandchildren are the cutest, you know. But Marsh has the cutest little baby boy. Adorbs. Just saying. Take my word for it. You're going to do a studio tour, Keeks? Okay. Okay, Arlene, go lurk. Don't forget to check your mail today, Arlene. Let's see. Yes, thank you, Angie. Thumbs up, everybody. I appreciate it. I don't know. I always forget. I do it. I tell everybody at other people's streams, but I forget to say it in my own. Give me a thumbs up, peeps. All right, let's see. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the bowl. And Cheshire Cat sent me this book. L is for lollygag, and it's got quirky words for a clever tongue. And so I thought we used to have a book that we'd go through of quotes or quips or something like that, and we'd go through it every week. And we finished it, so, you know, I just didn't pick a new one. So now we're going to go through this one, and I'll just read, maybe I'll read a couple off of each page. I don't know that I'm going to go in order and read all of them. I think I'm just going to pick a couple, and I'm not read ahead. So let's just hopefully everything is okay to read on stream. All right. So I think I will take a pencil. Let's take a pencil and check off the ones that let's take a pencil. I'm trying to sort out. I took a bunch of my pencil cases and zip bags and stuff, and I just dumped them in here, Janet, until I got to sort this out. But I didn't have time before stream today, so I'm just looking for. This is my favorite drawing pencil. Well, second drawing pencil. I love this one the most. If I'm drawing in blue, it's my Graph Gear .7. But these Papermate twistable disposables are my favorite drawing pencil. I love those things. Okay, so just pulling it out to check things off. Text said, as a data analysis, you would not think art would be involved, but I designed my first online dashboard using color, accessible, principle, and design. Yay, Text. I'm glad you're having some creativity in your job. Can you show us the little monk? Oh, I don't think I can. Let's see. I'll have to show you on the phone. And I'm going to send you a copy of that, Marsh. I don't know where my little monk, the physical copy is in my room, but I'm going to print out some prints and I'll send you one, Marsh. Let's see here. Let me go over to, hang on. Let me go find him. Let's see. Let me look at my photos. Did I put it? Yeah, here he is. Okay, so Marsha's talking about him. This popped up in my Facebook feed from 15 years ago. 15 years ago, I did this little monk, and Marsh really liked him. And I do have some other little characters, Marsh. I'll have to dig around and see if I can find them. I know they're in a little mini photo album thing. But so I'm going to make some prints of this, and Marsha's going to get the first one. But I will send, if y'all like the little monk, I can send those as thank yous. But yeah, so there he is. Oh my gosh, let me get another sip of water. But I did a whole bunch of little characters like this. But it's in a little, I know what's in a little pink. It's in a little pink. Is it handy? Is it this one? Let me look. Because they're old. Let me blow the dust off this. It might be in this book that I had those little characters. Hang on, let's see. Oh, here's a whole bunch of my stickers. I need to pull those stickers out. I need to cut some of these down. Here's some of my stickers. There's Nosferatu. There's a bunch of my stickers in here. Let's pull those out. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to flip through here. This is some old stuff. Okay. All right, Marsh. I do have some of those little characters back from 15 years ago. All right. Hang on. I'm going to show them to y'all. All right. Here is this little girl. This little I think of this as Mary. You know, I did the monk and I did Mary. And so yeah, I probably need to make some prints of these if y'all like them. This one I made, and these are not the originals. These are photos that I printed out. Love to see the other. Okay, so this one reminded me. Now, Denise never had red hair, but when she was little, right before we went to Hawaii, we lived in Alaska and we went to Hawaii from Alaska. And right before we went to Hawaii, Denise decided to trim her bangs. And y'all know what happens when little kids trim their own bangs, right? So here's got little scissors there, and she trimmed her bangs. And so I do the little characters, and it's just different little collage, mixed media things in there. Here's this one here. I'll have to make some prints. Again, this is from 2000 and I think 10. I think they're all from 2010. So 15 years ago. That one, I'll pull them out. Let's see. So let's see here. What else do I have in here? Okay, that's the same. That's a copy of the mirror. Okay, this girl right here. All right, this one I made for my niece. My niece was having baby number 3. So this one only means something. News number 3. So this one I just made for my niece who was having baby number 3. And thanks, guys. So that was that one. Then I have this girl here. No buddy. It's just, but again, these are from 2010. I can see it right there. So I'll pull these out to make some. And here's the little monk. Here's the little monk guy, Marsh. What else do I have in here? See, I have quite a few of them. I forgot how many I made. Let's see. And this girl, I'll have to make some prints of these. How did I make them, Missy? Like I do my collages, mixed media collage, paint, stencils. I just drew the girls. I drew them and the monk. I drew them and then did mixed media on them. Is this little girl? My little African dancing lady. What else did I have in here? Here's one that I did. I did 2 sets of 3 girls each. Like there's these 3. There's those 3. And then there's these 3. I'm missing a lot of chat, so hang on, guys. So, yeah. And then I did a double set of these girls. And these are done with just some splattered paint. Did those. What else is in here? So, I got a couple. Now, these are a different thing. These go into a different thing, but they were done in 2010 also. There's a dove and a little collage of an angel speaking to write down words there. So there's those, but those are different than the other ones. So, but they were all in this little folder here. What else do I have in here? I have, oh gosh, I have a whole bunch of my characters from when I used to play, Uru. If y'all ever played the live Myst game, URU. And I was back in it when it first was in beta. This is back 2000. It's way before I started streaming. 2000. I think it ended in 2004. This was way back before Fortnite and all the online games. It was very innovative at the time, and I would draw all the avatars because you could make your own avatar back then, just like you can nowadays in games. You could make your own avatar, the clothes, the hair, your weight, your skin color, everything, right? And I would draw the avatars for the people that I knew in the game. And so these are just, and again, you got to remember, guys, I took these pictures with the camera, with the SD card, take the SD card out, upload it to computer, print it out. I didn't even have a cell phone, right? And none of these I'm showing you. No cell phone. Now I take everything. Everything I do is on a cell phone. But anyway, here's some of the little avatars that I drew for some of the Uru game. I have hundreds of them, but only got a couple. Oh, here's a couple more. So yeah, these are some sketches and I drew them like they created them. This is how they created their avatars. So I just drew them like they had them, right? So sorry, this is a little rabbit trail. Thank you, Marsh. Okay, let's see. There's another little collage from back 2010. It says reflect. I probably did this for a challenge or something. Let's see, what else do I have in here? Here are old pictures. These are still my what do you call it? Is still my mural. My murals are still up in the other room. And so here's some close-ups. So what happened, how I started the mural room back when Cameron was 2, I think. Cameron was 2. Am I missing anything in chat? When Cameron was 2, we moved into this house. He's 26 now. And 2 to 3, 2.5, something like that. He liked my James Christensen book, art book. And I said, well, let's make murals, Cameron. You want to paint these on the wall? Of course, that was all it took, you know. So I started painting James Christensen murals in the other bedroom. They're still up. And so here's some of them, just so you can kind of see how big they are. There's me standing in front of one of them there. This one's not a James Christensen. This is just a cow. I've added more stuff since this, but then this is one of the James Christensen. This thing is like 8 feet tall, so you can't tell, but it's like almost floor to ceiling. Let's see. Here's some more. So if you know James Christensen, you might recognize some of these. These are like 4 or 5 feet tall each. And there's a castle and a bird. And so these are all in my mural room. Let's see, do I have some more? And then here, this is an old one. I did this for a church 25 years ago, maybe. So back in the day, you know, some of y'all know floor cloths, right? Y'all know the duck cloth that people would make floor cloths with. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's canvas duck cloth is what it's called. And you'd varnish it and you'd paint it and varnish it, do folk art and stuff. Well, I made some of the floor cloths, but I made scrolls with them. I made, using the duck cloth, and so that you could roll them up. Well, this is one of the ones that I did for a church. It had to be, I can't even see the date on it. I don't know if I signed it, but it's probably about 4 feet by 4 feet. It's huge. And I did all of Psalm 91 to make it look like an open Bible. And when you hang it up on the wall, it looks like you're looking at it like this. So I made it look like you were looking up at it. So that's why it looks like this and the words are close like that. So when you look up at it, it looks like this. It looks correct. Okay, I see, baby. You're going to have to get down. Oliver decides he wants to be up here. So, but this is a 4 by 4 foot calligraphy. I keep wanting to do this. I keep wanting to do this to it, guys. I need to take a picture of it so you can see it. But I did it all gold. So I painted it like, you know, the bottom of a Bible there and put a ribbon with a shadow. And because I used to do calligraphy professionally 25 years ago, 30 years ago. Anyway, so that's one of them. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, here's a close-up of that. Well, that's not a very good picture. Here's a couple murals that I did in people's houses. I did a Noah's Ark. And these are, you got to remember, these are floor to ceiling. These things are huge. So I did a huge Noah's Ark. So, oh, look, here's some more little, I made some little books out of them. Somehow I made some little booklets out of them. I made some little books out of them. All right, what else do I have in here? These are some old ones. Old collage pictures that y'all have seen the collages and sketchbook books. So, all right, there we go. So there we go. We're going to blame that on Marsh. We're going to blame that rabbit trail on Marsh. And yeah, I'll make up some more stickers. These are stickers that I printed out. These are all stickers that I print out and I have to cut down because I print them out on sticker paper and then I have to cut them. So, yeah. I don't put them like Angie probably puts them in her silhouette and cuts them. All right, so there we go. So back to our regularly scheduled program. All right, let me check here and see what I missed. Let me scroll back. I've been at this art thing for a long time. Let's see. Did I make any? No, Marsh, this was way before I started. I started streaming in 2010. On Ustream, and I streamed on Ustream for about 4 years, and then we moved over to YouTube. So I've only been on YouTube since about 2014, 2014. Yeah, 2014, I moved over to YouTube. So before that, I was on Ustream. So I have some of those old streams on a external hard drive because when we move, Ustream goes, y'all got 30 days. Save your videos because you're going down. You're going down, people, in 30 days. So we all were scrambling to download any videos we wanted to keep back in the day. So anyway, I made those before I started streaming, Marsh. Yeah. Or right at the very beginning of Ustream. So I don't have any of those on video. Hi, Mama 4. I'm scrolling back to see. Unless on mural painting. Well, I don't really do murals anymore, Zinjin. They're very physically demanding. It's like when I used to do visual merchandising, climbing 20-foot ladders and hanging banners and doing mannequins and hauling merchandise all over the stores. I hate to say it's a young person's job, but you gotta, it's a lot of physical work, and murals are the same. Now, if you have all the time in the world and you're doing your own mural in your own house and you can take your time and, then it's no big deal. But if you're doing it for other people, they want it done. They don't want to wait months. You know what I mean? And it's very physical. So I might be able to answer some questions in Jen, but I'm not going to do any demos. Let's put it that way. All right, I'm scrolling through looking for anything in caps. Oh, yeah, in the day stuff. Yes, Zinjin. I'm just looking for anything in caps. Hi, Kathy Berg. Don't forget, Kathy Berg streams Tuesday mornings about 10 a.m. Janet streams today at 1 Eastern. Let's see. I had a little mouse inside the patio. I didn't want the dogs. Oh, Tina, you rescued the little critter. My cats are faster than I am. Okay, so let's get back to the art hall, the enabling, and I'm not sure. Spare, is she here still? Spare room studio, Jackie, are you still here? Are you in Australia or UK? You have the accent, but I can't remember which place you are. So spare room, Jackie. It was one of my enablers today. So, and I'm gonna tell on you, Janet. Australia. Okay, so it's like, what is it, like midnight there? It's probably getting late for you. Let me go ahead and shout her out in case she can't stay, because I don't want to make her stay up late if she can't. So Spare Room Studios, I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to show you what she enabled me yet. Let me show you first her version of it. Okay. I'm not going to show you the whole video. I'm just going to show you a little bit of it here. All right. So if y'all don't follow Spare Room Studio, Jackie, yeah. So I told Janet about them. She ordered the same pin set I did. Okay. I'm going to show y'all what Jackie enabled me. But I'm going to show you a minute of her, and I'll scrub through a little bit.
Everyone, I've got something a little bit different here today. I am going to
let me turn this up. Wait a minute. Let me turn it up a little.
Suda, which you've seen me colouring many times before. Hatchet Heroes is the version, the French version. And I've used a lot of water-based media in this book because I think it suits Ken's drawing style. And today I'm actually going to see if I can colour a whole page using Lengwo gel pens. Now, I've been playing with these a little bit, so I have some various bits of footage that I'm going to put together, so it might be a little bit disjointed, but bear with me. The Lengwo gel pens come in the various sets of 9. So you can get something like this one, which is Colour of Skin. You can get some that are called Mirandy, and I've got these marked because I have doubles of 2 sets of these. So I've got one set put away, and
I'm going to scrub through in just a second. So she's showing you the pen, but what she does, y'all have to go watch her video. But what she does is she's using these gel pens to color and then use a water brush. Let's see if I can scrub. Okay, here we go. Here we go. She puts down a little of the gel pen, then she uses water.
People are going crazy buying ridiculous amounts of stuff and
like me,
that sort of thing. That's been the general tone of it.
She does a little rant, and she's nice though.
And I can
see there she goes with the water
a few
brush.
Different techniques and a few different looks with this budget priced art supply. I am more than happy. And I'm more than happy to
see. She puts down a little bit of the gel
share
pen
it with you all as well,
and then she does the water brush. See, so this is an amazing video. Y'all have to go and follow her and watch the whole video. The video's about an hour and a half. So, but I wanted to shout her out because not just because she enabled me, which is one thing, but she's amazing. So y'all have to go watch her, okay? So let's don't. If you have to leave, I don't want to keep you, Jackie. If you're in Australia and it's way past your bedtime, but I did want to shout. There we go. Thank you, Tina. I did want to shout her out so y'all can go follow her, and she's on Instagram too, so you can follow her on IG. Okay. So, okay. So thank you, Jackie, for that. And I'm going to show in a minute what she enabled me. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and do this first. So, oh, thank you, Tina. Put the actual video right there. So there you go. There's the video. It's a clickable link even after the stream is over. All right, so let's go ahead and do our prompts and reading out of our Lollygag book. And thanks again for letting us shout you out, Jackie. So I'm going to, got my pencil. This is where we started. I got my pencil out and then Marsh went. Okay, so let's see. Oh, hi, Messy. Did I miss Messy coming in? Jackie said she's an Aussie English born. I guess Messy asked her. Messy is in Oz as well. Okay, so here we go. Ahoy. We're going to read ahoy. Another way to say hello or hey there. It's a standard greeting of seafaring folk. I don't know how in depth these go. I'm reading them along with y'all. Alexander Graham Bell was such a fan of this word that if he had his way, ahoy, hoy, would be our common telephone greeting today rather than hello. That's interesting, right? I think I read that somewhere when I read about Alexander Graham Bell. Okay, let's read a couple. I'm just going to kind of pick here. Akimbo. Akimbo, standing with your hands on your hips and your elbows bent outward. You know, like a pouty child. That's what akimbo is, or the origin of that. Let's see. Okay, alakazam. A magical incantation that has a little more pizzazz and oomph than saying abracadabra. Alley-oop. Alley-oop is the name of a 1930s comic strip about a caveman, but an alley-oop is a basketball maneuver in which one player throws the ball up toward the basket, another player jumps up and dunks the ball into the hoop. It's also something you can call out when you're about to do something acrobatic, such as jumping up and dunking the ball in a hoop. So alley-oop. Okay, see? Okay, amok. Okay, amok. Well, when I think of the word amok, A-M-O-K, I think of Spock in Amok Time. That's when he how do I say it nicely? When a Vulcan has to have relations. And anyway, there's one of the old Star Treks is called Amok Time. Now let's see what it really says here. Let's see what amok says. Going crazy or out of control, like children who've had too much sugar. People usually run amok because walking amok would take too long. Well, anyway, I guess that's why they named it Amok Time, because Spock was out of control. All right, let's see. All right. Okay, we're gonna finish the A's. Yeah, I'll skip around every week so we can do a letter a week. And not reading necessarily, they're short, so a twitter, excited or nervous, bird kind of way. And that's where you get the little Twitter bird. In the South here, we say that someone gets Twitter pated. You get all excited and all emotional. You're Twitter pated. Don't get so Twitter pated. Okay. All right. So there we go. So that is the L is for lollygag, quirky words for a clever tongue. And thank you, Cheshire Cat, for sending that. We're going to read out of it every week. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in my first grade teacher. Whoops, I'm getting them flopping out of here. Standing akimbo. All right, let's pick out our 5 prompts, and I do want to write them down, put them in my Society of Idea Collector book. Today is 6/23. I pick 5 every week, so even if y'all don't use them like Terry does faithfully, then at least write them down so that you have them as a reference for later. Okay. All right. So let's see what our 5 prompts are this week. Alien. This is like pick your own. But we're not doing those. Garden. Pig. Pansy. And cobra. So there's our 5 words for the week. Alien, garden, pig, pansy. Pansy's me and my grandma's flower. Cobra. Okay. There's your words for the week. So write them down. All right. Let's put those away. And I'm keeping the book with the prompts so that we can do this at the same time. All right, let me put it back on the shelf. It has its own little spot. Okay. So this is going to take me a minute. And when I get into these, I got out my fantastic collections. This book, View, enabled me to get this book, but I don't use it for a color book. I use it for swatches and testings and all that. So it's kind of like my test swatch book. And so I pulled it out to use today with these pens to do the technique, the watering it down technique with the gel pens. And she does say, Jackie Spare Room does tell you that you can use other gel pens. Now, the only other gel pens I had a handful of the Sakura Glow, and there's like 8 in a set of different ones. Those are the only real gel pens I had, other than my glitter gel pens. I got tons of glitter gel pens, and I haven't tested those out yet. The only other gel pens I had, and this is 2 sets, so really I have like 10 of each color. It's a double set, but these are the only real gel pens I had, other than the Sakura Moon something, and they're old. They're back from way back, and so I said, well, I want a lot of colors. You just bought this book? Well, I use it just for sampling, testing things. So that's what I got it out to do today. So we're going to test that out with all the pens. All right, I'll take a minute while she's still here. All right, hang on, guys. Y'all ready? Y'all want to see the pen? I know y'all want to see the pens. We'll wait on the stamps and the books for a minute. All right, let's see. Let's get the lighting a little bit more. It's a little flashy. There we go. All right. So y'all ready? Y'all wait for it. Wait for it. All right. So Janet says she tried the jelly rolls and they don't work so good for this. Okay. Yeah, that's all the different kinds. Yeah. The glitter makes it look different. Well, I haven't tried the glitter ones, but I do have my glitter, my new glitter, like the Gabby glitters, I'll have to try those too. But today we're going to concentrate on these, and they're called um, Lang Languo. Langu. I'm not sure, but it's Languo. And if Kat or Tina or somebody wants to put a link, Janet probably has the link right on hand because she bought them too. Now, Denise looked them up and she said, "Oh, I'm going to get this set and this. You can buy them individually. I think they run from $6.99 to $8.99 a set." Well, me and Janet bought the whole thing. We got the whole kit and caboodle. So don't judge us. Okay, so I'm going to show you all the different, let me zoom in. I'm going to show you all the different sets that there are. When I was pulling them out of the box, Hubster was watching me pull them out one by one by one. And he looked like, well, where's the bottom of that box? And some of them, and it's none of it's in English. So like this says highlight, but I'm going to kind of hold it up just so you can kind of see the colors. That looks pretty close to the actual color. Okay. So I'm just going to go through here. There's a couple of different pink red sets, sweet pink, lipstick red. I don't think they all have names on them. So then this one is warm yellow. Let's see, this one is green style. Here is blue style. And again, you can buy these individually. You have the whole set, Molly? Yeah. Okay, so there we go. There's those. Then let's see, what do I want? There's purple style. Okay. I'm going to try to get them in frame as much as they're going to pile up on top of each other here in a minute. You have them all too, Hard House. See? All right, I don't feel so bad. I'm not the only one here. I'm trying to find the solid. Okay, let's see. This one is reddish yellow. This one is Morandi. And it has blue. It has like not really jewel tones, but like darker shades. There's shades of colors. Some of the blues, some tans, and a couple of like burgundy colors. Okay. Then let's see what's over here. Okay, here is color of skin tones. I don't have all the skin tones in there. Oh, where's my dark girls? Okay, here's color of skin as well. There's two. Okay. So they are different. They are different. So you're going to have to. Okay, color of skin. This one has a pink, and this one has a more of a tan color on the color cover there. Okay. I know, Tina. Well, what do you see, Jackie? Spare room studio. Use them. You will be thinking hard about it. Then this one is Maillard. I don't know if they meant mallard, but it's Maillard, like Maillard. So there's some browns. Okay. Wait for it. All right, then we have colorful black. And although these are more like the jewel tones, like there's a teal, a blue, a green, a purple, a couple of magentas, darker blues. I do like these colors. Then we have Morandi. This one doesn't have anything else on it. Morandi. And these are a little bit more like regular colors, blue, green, yellow, kind of like that. Then we have, they're all, a lot of them are saying Morandi. I don't know why. Maybe it means like a variety. And so there's some lighter version, kind of like the lighter versions of these, kind of pastels. These are kind of like the pastels, and these are kind of like the regular colors. I'm just telling y'all what they look like to me. Okay. Then we have even a lighter pastel. So you can see like these three right here go from like a regular color to a pastel to an even lighter pastel. Okay, y'all have to go look at them and see what ones are options to buy individually. Okay, let's see. Mallards is the process of browning when you cook food. Okay. Mail. Okay, I did not know that. Okay. I don't cook. Thanks, Jackie. Then these are dopamine. These are like neon colors. Okay. These are neon colors. And then I got these are sketch color. They're like grays, white, gray, black. And then here are gold, silver, and white. And that's it. There we go. I think there's 19 sets. Yes, 19 sets. If you get all the sets, they all come in a nice little box. It's very nice. I know, right? Right. Spare room. So thank you, Jackie, for enabling me this. And please, y'all, go watch her video. I'm going to test some out here. But if you want to watch her color a page, you need to go watch the video, that her newest video, and the one that Tina linked. Okay, so there's all the colors, and we'll play with some of these here in a minute. I think I'm going to want to do some of these jewel tones, so let me just put them up here for now so I can kind of have some space. Yes, I got enabled. I sure did. And so did Janet, because Janet bought the whole set too. All right. Let's see, put that there. Okay, next I got these stamps, and I did only kept the back of one just so y'all can see. And somebody, Miriam, thanks, Miriam, for paying for some of my pens. And you didn't need to do that. You got enough stuff going on in your life, Miriam. But I'll send you a couple of my little prints, like the monk thing, those new ones that I just did, or the old new ones. So thank you, Miriam. I'm going to write you down for a print. And Marsh also already told him that I'm sending him the monk. So thank you, Miriam. And you take care and stay safe, okay? Everybody stay safe, but you know what I mean. Okay, so thank you, Miriam. Very sweet. Let's see. You. I don't know what else you ordered, Janet. So I'll let you show that on your stream. I don't think I don't know. Did you get yours in yet, or are you getting them in today? I think Janet may not have hers in by her stream at 1 today. So. Aw, thanks, Miriam. That's sweet. That's sweet of you. Very kind, Miriam. And you take care. And don't forget, speaking of taking care, y'all keep Linda Renz and Tim, her adult son that she takes care of, in your prayers. Linda has serious health issues. So y'all make sure and keep them in your prayers. Oh, you're going to get yours tomorrow, Janet? Okay. These are silicone clear stamps on Amazon. They're only like $5, $4.99, $5.99, like that. And I don't know if they just misspelled global, but it's GLOBLE, globally land, instead of globe land. So anyway, they all have this kind of cover. This is what you look for. Okay, if you want any of these, they're all the same brand. And it's GLOBELAND. I don't save this stuff. And I save a couple for, like I save some of the back plastics to do water projects on, but I don't keep a lot of packaging. So I wanted y'all to see what it was, because next week you're going to ask me. I'm going to have to go look on Amazon to find out, because I'm not going to remember. Let's see. If random art supplies start raining down on me, I know that Dee Dee got one to me. All right, so I got 4 sets here, and I have inked them. So they do have um, archival black ink stained already. So, but when you get these acrylic stamps, let me give y'all a hint. Do I have an eraser handy? Let's see here. What you want to do is take, if I can find one. See, I'm cleaning out my pen cases, so they're all in this bin right now. Where is my eraser? You know those triangle ones I need. See, this is why I don't like to clean stuff. I can't find anything. Hang on, ASMR moment. I'm looking for my triangle eraser and I can't find it. All right, white rubber erasers. Mine's a triangle, which I can't find at the moment. the little white triangle a white erasers. And what you do is when you first get your acrylic stamps, you want to take and rub your eraser over all the stamps and then take a baby wipe and get off any crumbs. But you want to, are they waterproof ones set? No, I don't think so, Barbie. You mean these? I wouldn't trust them to be set. I wouldn't trust them. That's kind of like Neocolor twos, any kind of water. I know ink tint says that they are waterproof once dry, but even ink tints can reactivate. So, but if you're doing it in a color book, if you're doing these in a color book, you're not going to have to worry about it. So, but yeah. All right, let's see. I'm scrolling, see what else I missed. You didn't. Don't freaking proud of you. Yes, I did use them, Janet, and I even did a gold. Let's see, where did I put that? I even stamped them out in some gold. No, where did I put? Here we go. There's a couple of them. I stamped them with gold paint too. All right, we're losing the. This is very black, but it's not showing that right now. But I did stamp them in gold, but I stamped them in with black archival ink. So that's why they're stained. Once you stamp them with archival ink or what's the other brand? Archive and whatever, the waterproof inks, then they're stained. But it doesn't matter. You can still use other colors and stuff. It won't come off. Okay. Oh, thanks, Kat. Thank you. There we go. There's the glow. Okay, now it's Globel Land. I don't know why they have it that way, but yeah. So I got these stained glass window ones. Okay. Oh, back to rubbing them down with your white eraser. Even this kind. This is the same material as my triangle one. You rub it down with this, get just over the whole stamp, then you wipe it down with the baby wipe. And that takes the film off. And all acrylic stamps are going to have a film. And if you don't wipe that or erase that off, your stamps are not going to stamp clear for about 20 stamps. Hang on. They won't stamp well until you get that film off of them. Okay, so I got this set. Okay. Then I got this set. And again, I did stamp. Maybe you can see it better like that. There you go. This Gothic architecture one. Thanks, Farah. Then I got 2 that are bookmark ones. I'm trying to hold them up and then with the white in the background. There we go. So there's a little hedgie reading a book, a little elf, a little raven. So you can see there's just different a little dragon for bookmarks. These would be great to stamp and then color, in. And then the last one is this bookmark one with the mushrooms. Okay, Arlene says, I follow a crafter that rubs this new stamps on her arm. Yeah, I don't want to do. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to do that either. Just take an eraser to it. Yeah, because all that film is going on your arm. So there's the mushrooms. So those are the stamp sets that I got. Then and again, we're going to color with these. We're going to color with the pens in this book that the View enabled me on this book, and I bought the book to do samples in. So they're just like, whatever. I've just tested products, and like this is alcohol marker, so it bleeds through. I mean, it's a book to test in. That's what I got this for. So we're going to play with that here in a minute. All right. So then I've had this for a while. This is not new. Okay, then I got these two new collage soup books, Emily Stone's books. Y'all know I love me some collage soup books. I don't have them all, but I got a lot of them. So this one is Fino Lino. Is that how she's wanting to say it? Fino Lino, because that's lino. So Fino Lino. Yes. Oh my gosh. And then Kat's putting in a link there. Hi, sister. How you doing? Let's see. Did I come and yes, you did. And you already missed. If you saw on my Instagram, I showed all the pin. I already went through these. They are, there's a picture of them on my Instagram. Here, let me see if I can bring that up. If it'll let me. Instagram. But I noticed too, Instagram doesn't load that well when I'm trying to use data, even out and about. Facebook, everything else loads really easy, but Instagram doesn't like to load quick. I don't know why, but anyway, let me go to one. Here we go. All right, so here's the picture I posted. There's a picture I posted on Instagram. If y'all want to follow me, I'm Inky Well. But if you put in Dee Dee Willingham, you'll find me. But there's all the pins. There's 19 sets, and you can buy them individually because Denise looked it up. She wanted, it was funny, Denise, in the comment on my Instagram, she goes, "Can I have them?" I went, "No, period." I think she bought her a couple of sets. She did, she doesn't color. She doesn't color book. So she'll use them in, like writing and stuff. And they're very fine point. I think they're a 0.5. I think Jackie said they're a 0.5 or no, 0.6. They're a 0.6. Very fine, very small. Sister. All right, so back to our Emily Stone books, Collage Soup. I'm going to flip through these. I do want to do, I think I'm going to do a disc collage on Wednesday. I need to get back to doing a few more disc collages. I still have my giant book journal one, the huge one. And it's hard to work on that on stream. So I just I have it, I can throw down a little paint and stuff whenever I feel like it. But it's huge. Where the big discs are enough. I have done a few of the small ones. I have this size disc, and the 14-inch size disc. But I love me some collage, and I love my collage soup. I love, doing collage. Let's see, nothing moves in my house. I mean, so these all look like lino cuts. If you know, like when we carve our own rubber stamps here. I haven't done it in a while. But we've carved our own rubber stamps, and we use the small little erasers or the pink speedball. And I have gray and pink that, different companies make it for you to carve your own stamps or do your faux like lino cut. So lino cuts have that same kind of rubbery stuff, and it's like on a wood. It's like a layered thing, so it's hard, but it's got the lino, and it's just a little tougher to carve. It's not as easy to dig into like the soft rubber stuff that we do to make our rubber stamps with. But anyway, that's what these are all based on, is lino cuts. Okay, so they all look like lino cuts. Okay, and it's a very cool book. Very cool book. So y'all, put it in your cart and save it for later. Hi, Mama Juju. Who else am I missing? I said hi to Messi. Hi, Devin. How you doing, Devin? Have you seen this book? Devin buys these books too. So you love line, okay? So yeah, I like doing the rubber stamps. I've got tons. I won't pull them out right now. No, Marsh, I'm not going to pull them out right now. I'm just blaming Marsh. But I think here I have this stuff right here. You can get it like this, and I have other brands that are gray, but the Speedy Carve, this stuff right here, this is what I use to carve my rubber stamps. And again, there's also a gray brand. It's not Speedball, it's another brand. And then you can cut these down to any size you want if you get a bigger sheet like this. But I also use the little white magic rub. The little magic rub erasers are excellent for small stamps. And then I have, that's what I use. Do I have it handy? I'm going to show because Miriam was here. I don't have it. But I've carved multiple alphabets, including the Hebrew alphabet, in those little magic rubs. Okay, let's keep flipping. So, and aren't these nice? Where's Devin? Devin, what do you think of this book? Hi, Butterfly. Isn't it cool? I just think the lino cut is so cool. This will be a fun one to do a collage with. And you can use different pieces and parts. Now, I know people will, make copies of it because they don't want to use the back. And, if this was something like this and this, I might, take a picture of it so that if I wanted to print it out, I could. But most of the time in collage books, I don't take pictures and save them. I just cut them out and go because I figured, I got hundreds of books. I'm never going to use them all, so I don't care about using back and front unless it's something like I like this bird and I like this cat or something like that, But for the most part, I just pick a side. I just pick my favorite side for the most part. So anyway. But they're so cute, lino cuts, right? Maybe we should try to carve one of these. We could carve one in some Speedball. I would want to do it smaller, of course. It's easy to transfer an image. Now, if you want, like if I wanted to draw her, carve a stamp with her, I would just redraw her small in, kind of similar style or something and keep it small. But if you want to, it's real easy to transfer an image, a smaller image to carve. All you have to do is take a piece of tracing paper, trace your image, flip it over onto your Speedy Cut, and just rub it, and it'll transfer. And then you can carve. Very easy to transfer to carve on. Yes, I know, right, Keeks? Isn't it cool? Look at her. They're all so cool. Just so lino cutty. And there's quite a few images. So there you go. Then it shows you some of the other books and, where you can go, and there's website and, different, and she has different artists that she has worked with her too. So, but I love me some Collage Soup. So Emily Stone. So collage soup.com, I think. You can go find their website. Yeah, collagesoup.com. But I buy them all off of Amazon. But she does have a lot of digibooks. So if you like to print out your books digitally, digitally, then she doesn't have all of them, but they have a lot of books that you can print digitally. So I know, right, Spare Room? All right, so there's that. Then the other one I got was Carousel Dreams, cut, tear up, and stick on. And let's see, I think the guest collaborator on this one is Leslie Iverson. I didn't see a guest collaborator. The other one, I didn't see a guest collaborator. This one is Leslie Iverson at Paint Bios. There we go. So we'll look at this one. Yeah, smaller. Well, that's where, if you wanted to make, print out your own to use, you can make them smaller, Arlene. Okay, so this one is Carousel Dreams, and it's very vintage florally. Like old wallpapers and, illustrations and vintagey. And there's a lot of carousels too. I say a lot with some. Tina. Little boho. Maybe that's kind of what I'm thinking in boho. Vintage boho chic. This is what we all looked like in the 70s. Well, probably not that pretty, but these girls all have makeup on. We wouldn't wear a lot of makeup back in the 70s. If you were boho. And speaking of pretty, I do have a couple pictures of Samantha, and Cameron sent me some from the Grand Tetons. So I'll show you all that. And it was funny. Denise said, I talked to Samantha, and a group of the girls through the school, they're over there on a student thing in London, said, we can go to Paris for $350. I don't know if I want to go. Denise went, what? What? Do you know how much it would cost if you wanted to go to Paris from here? And you're in London and you can go to Paris for 2 days for $350? She goes, you get on that train. So I think she might be going to Paris this coming weekend. Samantha saved up her money big time for a year for this London trip. I mean, we helped her too and stuff, but let me show y'all a couple pictures. What? You can go to Paris for $350 and you're not going? So anyway, so I think she'll probably go. Let's see, I can get rid of that coupon. That's no longer any good. Let's see. Let me just go to Denise's here. I think I can see them here. So Denise also went to the Bigfoot Museum, Janet. Denise went to the Bigfoot. We have a Bigfoot museum here in Georgia. Okay, let's see. Oh, here we go. So Samantha at the White Cliffs of Dover, for all those of y'all in UK. So, and this is one of those you hold down and it moves. So let's see here. That's all it is. It's just like 3 seconds, but. So there she is on the White Cliffs of Dover. And then I got another one of her in the. Oh, let's see if I can make it. She is living her best life in London. According to, the way she tells us and what Denise says, she's absolutely, Denise says, I hope she comes home. Okay. And then this was just a Facebook. I won't show you the whole thing, and it's got music, so I'm gonna have to mute it. But I sent this to Denise. I said, Denise, this is Denise. When I say, do you want to go to a thrift store? This is a different one than the one I talked about last week. Let's see. I have to mute the music. I said, this is Denise. I said, Denise, you want to go to a thrift store? Okay, so there's that. All right. Okay, then let's see. Then I did get a couple pictures from Cameron. Let me go over to his, and he sent us some pictures from the Grand Tetons and some beauty. He's very nature, and the pictures aren't going to show up as good here as they could. You're not seeing the sunset's not showing. Come on, sunset. It's not wanting to show very well. And then, of course, my camera's reflecting there. Geyser. So, all those moon things that have been happening this month. Well, he went crazy with the pictures. Looks like a field of bluebonnets there. And there's a field of daisies. So he took a bunch of pictures at the Grand Tetons. So he's living his best life out in Wyoming. He works at Yellowstone. So let's see. The favorite show would be you, tell him. I know, right, Tina? So that's what my grands are up to at the moment. Trying to decide if they want to go to Paris for the weekend, going to the Grand Tetons on their day off from Yellowstone. Logan just turned 16, and he had a big, let's see, they have a thing out there. Let me see if I can find that picture. Let me go to Annie. It's either Annie or our group picture. So, yeah, here, I think this is it. Yeah. They have this big water park thing out where they live, and they rented this for Logan's birthday. Well, I think that's what everybody went for Logan's birthday here. I don't know if that had exclusive access to it or what, but let me go back to it here. So this is what he did for his 16th birthday. Let's see if I can stop it. Yeah, let's see. Hang on. Let me see if I can zoom. I'm trying to zoom in on it. Sort of, kind of, but it's a huge jumpy water thing. So yeah. I know, right? It does look fun, doesn't it, Tina? I mean, that would be so fun. But you got to remember this, where they are right here. This was they don't live right there, but they live close by here. This is where the fires, some of the fires were. They were like a block from them. It's not the Palisades where the big one was, but the fires came like within 2 blocks of their house. So, yeah. Okay, so show this. Let's go now over to looking around, see if there's anything else I missed showing, show and tell. So let's go back to this book just to do some sampling in. What do I want to color? What do I want to sample color? I'm telling y'all need to go over to, let's break this down here. Y'all need to go over to Spare Room Studio to see how she does these. All right, let's see what we'll pick here. Let's start with maybe some brights. Then we'll do, I don't know if I want neon though. Let's see here. Let's do these brights, not neon. What's the difference between these? I kind of like those. I think we'll go with those. Then maybe the more muted colors. Let's pick these for now. We'll do some testing and playing. Okay, now I do have a water brush, and where did I put it? Let me just get some water. Instead of using a water brush, I'm just going to use some water because I don't know where my water brush is. It's in that bucket. I have to sort it, and I didn't have time. So let's just put some water in here, and I'll just get a regular brush. Let me get a paper towel to put under it. We'll do a couple different pages. We'll start with these lantern things here. And let's see, what do I want? Do I want to use some of my little nail brushes? My little nail brushes are in here. Janet and I, a while back, if y'all have not done this before, go look on your Amazon. Now, these all didn't come together. These are a couple different sets. But you can buy nail brushes for dirt cheap, just saying. And you can get some tiny ones. Let's pick a couple different sizes here. Let's see. That one. That's too tiny. But I mean, look, you can get some tiny little brushes with nail brushes. Now, are they going to last forever? No. But maybe this one. Let's just go with this. Let's just go. And they're pretty. They're glittery. They're jewelry. They're just pretty. Yeah. All right. So let's start with these. Now, y'all know I do not like packaging. I don't like digging things in and out of packaging. So how long will these stay in these packs and not just get rubber banded up and put in my wall, in my marker pen wall? I don't know. But for now, I'm going to leave them in here. All right, let's start. Let's do a turquoise. And I want to do a couple different colors. Okay, so let's go to the darker set here. So let's do a darker turquoise and a lighter turquoise. I don't know if those are different enough. I might have to get the lighter set. Hang on. The light, is this light? Yeah, maybe. We got so many to choose from. Okay, here's some more blues. Let's see. Okay. So we'll go with this one and maybe a light. Which one did I take this out of? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of that one. Okay, so we're going to go with, let's go with this light one. Let's go with these two because I want to do a nice contrast, right? All right, keep them together so I'll never remember which ones go where. All right, so let me zoom in a little. Zoom in one more. Okay, y'all ready? Wait for it. Yes, so many options. All right, so what she did is she would lay down, and I'm talking about spare room Jackie. She'd just lay down a little bit of one color. And you can do this multiple ways. You can do a little bit of one color, then another. And then she was using a water brush, so she didn't have to dip. But look. Let me zoom in some more. I have to zoom in. It's not going to be as clear the more I zoom in, but I want y'all to see. Okay, let's just go to another section. And they're fine. Look how fine pointed they are. They're so tiny. They're so tiny. They're a 6 millimeter. So they're very tiny. So, you're not coloring big areas. You're coloring a very small area. Okay. I'll hold this up too in just a second. Let's do one more section. And she was working on a baby dragon popping out of an egg with lots of greenery and stuff. Okay. And also you have to remember if you're doing this in a color book, you're using water. These pages are nice and thick. It's going to depend on the book you use as far as how much water you can put down, right? So remember that, and that goes with any of the water techniques. Okay, so there we go. See? Look at that. Oh! All right, so now I'm going to take the lighter color, and I'm going to go from the top down. Let's see if we can kind of blend this way. I'm not sure these are the exact same hue, but I'm going to use a light and dark, so... So we can kind of blend them. I don't know how good an idea it is to take, and maybe Jackie can answer this, that while it's still wet, going in with your pen, is that going to mess your gel pens up? Going in on the wet part. Or should you let it dry and then do another layer? I think she mentioned that in her video too. So. And of course, you can always heat gun it, all I'm doing over here is I'm dipping in the water and then dabbing off on the paper towel. Okay. It's very watercolor effect, right? Let's see. It didn't seem to affect the gel pen nib, and I was really gentle, so I didn't disturb the paper surface. Yeah, because if that's one thing about if you go in on a wet, that's why I always tell y'all, like when I do a wash of acrylic paint or watercolor, something, if you do a wash, you want to make sure that's 100% dry before you go in there with your color pencil, or you're going to just dig out. You're going to peel that paper in 3 seconds. So you want to be gentle because these are sharp. They're a sharp point. Not like they're going to cut you, but they can dig into the paper really very easily, right? All right, so let's just do one more. I always hold multiple things in my hand when I'm doing something like this. Let's do one more little section here, and then we'll go on to a different color. I really want this to dry. I'll hit it with the heat gun because I want to see about adding another layer in there after it's dry. So let's just do this first. Okay, now I'm going to go up here at the top and kind of. Just so loving it. And then as I go around here, I would do, the dark up higher and then higher, because this is going to go around the edge right here. Let me just go ahead and do it. Let me just go ahead and do this. This family. So you can see how you can make it look round. But one nice thing is you can buy, so let's just say you use a lot of greens and you use up a set. You can reorder just a set. You don't have to order all of them. Do you know what I mean? I want this one to be darker down here too. I probably should dry it first because it's going to, you risk peeling your paper the more water you add. Okay. All right, now let's add some of the. All right, I'll do one more little section. But Jackie was doing, Spare Room Jackie was doing beautiful leaves and greenery around the dragon, mushrooms. She was doing mushrooms. It's y'all have to watch that video. Don't go watch it now. Wait till my video's over. But go, what do you call it? Follow her. So you see how you can get those nice watercolor? Don't know what you mean, do you? You want the And then let's see about going even one darker. Let's see what's dark. Let me see. We have so many colors to choose. Oh, here we go. Let's try one darker here. And Janet's gonna go, oh my gosh, you're not gonna put them back in the right packs. I know you won't. You're probably right, Janet. All right, so now let's see about adding one even darker green color, teal color. And then the mid color, that color right there, we'll add here. And we'll blend those two together. So there we go. Wait, that's not the one I want. That's the dark one. Can y'all see okay? Okay, one more. I'm not being real careful. I'm going over that other line. But I think a gold pen in between would be amazing. So if I dry this, I might try that. Where's the gold? Where's that? We'll try a gold. I don't know if they're all the same. I think they look the same. All the gold, silver, and whites all look the same. All right, so let me dry this. Hang on. Thanks, Tina. And I did want to write on here that these are the LANGUO gel pens. All right, now let's take the gold and see what happens. Going over some of my lines that I went out of lines with. All right, so let's see what happens here. I just color. That's probably why they gave you extra gold, silver, and white, because they know you're going to do this kind of thing. And just solid. I don't know how shiny it's going to be. I did test it, but I watered it. I don't think I looked at it under the light to see how glowy, how shiny. And this would also be a good place to take any of your glitter gel pens to put in between here, You don't have to just use their pens. Use if you have other glitter pens, and you're not going to water them down, you just want some glitter, then use your glitter pens. I am able to go over the top of the other color. It is making it a little darker. The gold, it's making the gold just a little darker. I'll hold it up here in just a second. One more. They're very, very fine, fine points. There we go. All right, let's see how shiny they look. How do you like the consistency of the ink? It's very juicy. I don't know, and I told Denise that because she would like to use them. She wouldn't use them to color. She'd use them to like write and stuff. And I said they're very juicy. I don't know about writing with them. I wouldn't enjoy writing with them. They're too juicy to me for writing. Okay, so you can see they're gold. They're not glitter. These are not glitter pens. But you can see the gold's a little shiny. Yeah. So I just think they're so cool. I just love they're very jelly. Very jelly. Very juicy. Didn't you find that to be so, Jackie? You are marked. Let's see. Angie, let's see. Yes. Hi, Kat. Do you have these, Kat? Oh my gosh, Kat, you and Jackie need to follow each other. Y'all both do amazing coloring. Okay, let's see I'm gonna try to remember which ones this came out of. I think that one came out of there. And at least they just kind of snap back in place easy. If this did not snap back in place easy, these would all be out of these packs. I can't deal with that, Okay, this one came in here. It goes over here though. Jan's going to put it in the right spot. And so you can see it has this little plastic flap right there, and you can just click it in there. All right, let's put this one in here. See, it just, they go in there okay. It's just not quite fast enough for me. So if you missed the haul cat and paste, you have to go, Christine. You're going to have to go and scroll back a little if you don't have these. Okay, so let's see. Hi, Flo. Good to see you. Who else am I missing? You can flood it even more. Okay, yeah, I saw that. She was trying to get them to be more flowy. They're perfectly flowy for me. Of course, I haven't tried every single pen, but what Jackie did is she took. Now, did you take the back off of one, Jackie? Let's see here. How does she do this? Is there a hole? Is that hole go all the way through? Does the hole go all the way through? What do I have to stick in there? Let's see. Because she plugged up the hole. Let me get one of my dotting tools from fingernail polish people. Not fingernail polish. Fingernail decor brushes. And usually when you buy the brushes that I showed you earlier, you get some of these with it. You get dotting tools, and they're all different sizes. These are perfect for when you paint and you want dots. Let's do some of that too. That's a good size. Now I want this fine point. Is that going to go? Yeah, I guess it does go all the way through. Anyway, she plugged this up with a piece of tack, like the stuff that you hold pictures on the thing. I could probably just do the same thing with a little piece of, what do you call it? Eraser, rubber eraser, not kneaded eraser. Put a piece of kneaded eraser on there. And so what she did is it like stopped the air from moving, and it made it flow even more. These are very flowy to me. You'd have to really want a lot of flow to do that technique, but she does show that on her channel. Let's see, where are we here? They need their own silverware tray. I know, Deb. I know. I'm tempted, Deb. They need their own silverware tray, don't they? Like my Prismacolors have their own tray. Let's see. Oh, okay. So there's the dotting tools and the brushes Janet's enabling. Let's see, Jackie and I do. Oh, you do follow each other. Okay. But lucky for me, I don't like gel pens. Well, have you tried to use them with water? I had not tried to use them with water. That's what enabled me, Cat and Paste, was the water. The water got me. And like I said, the only other gel pens that I had, this is a double set, so there's only this many colors. You know, they're just your basic colors. But these are the matte hop. These are Pentel matte hops. I'll show you. I'll do this. These do the same thing. So you don't necessarily have to have this brand, but they're juicy. They are nice. I will do a little test with these. Now, I don't have lots of colors of these. Maybe I'll do a blue and a blue like that. We'll test these two. Why did I have this one out? What was it? Oh, I just wanted to show the stopping up the back with it. Okay, so let's put that one back in here. All right, so you can test if you have gel pens already. And Janet said that she tested her the Sakura ones. You know that we have the different Sakura gel pens that are moon glow, and she said it didn't work that good. So, you know, but the only other gel pens I really have a lot of are my glitter gel pens, right? The glitter gel pens. I'm trying to look for my grabby ones. Where'd I put them? Where'd my grabbies go? Okay, well, I'm not going to dig for them right now, but glitter gel pens. Okay, here's the other one. No, that's not. Okay, I don't want to get too in the weeds. Okay, Janet says some work well, some don't. All right, let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna do some more with the Languo, Languo. But let's do a little bit here. Let's test over here with the Pentel Matte Hop, MATTEHOP. I can't remember where I got these, if they're at Walmart or I forget if I got these online, but let's test them. Let's do that over here. Now, this tip, let me show you the difference in the tips. And I also wanted to do some dotting. Let me get one that I've already opened here. It's easier. Okay. So I want to show you the different tips. Okay, so here is the Languo, look, very fine. It's a 0.6 millimeter. Very, very pointy. Now here is the Matte Hop. Look, see the difference? Do I still have a thing on there? No, it's not. So you can see the difference in the tips, the fine point. And these are, I don't even know if it says on here what they are. Let's see. The nib size. It's all in Japanese. Pentel is Japan. I don't see a size. It might be on there, but it'd be so tiny. But these are the Pentel ones. So let's try the Pentel in a light and a dark. And let's water them down. Okay. I did test these. All right. And they're juicy, but the tip is bigger. So that's one of the nice things about the Languo, is that the tip is so tiny you can get in little tiny spaces, right? Okay, now let's do the light blue. So these are juicy too, but the tips are not as tiny. Okay, that needs a little bit more. Okay. So before you go out and buy anything, if you already have gel pens, go check out your own gel pens to see. Yes, they're very juicy. Both of them are. It's just that this is smaller tip. So you got to put down, you got to put, it takes a minute more to put that much down because the tip is smaller. All right, let me dry this and then we'll put a little bit of, let's just maybe use some white because it'll show up. I mean, gold would be the best, but I just want something to show up with the dotting tool. So we're going to do white. All right, where's my dotting tool? And I have a couple of different sizes here. I got a bigger dot and a smaller dot. Let's use the smaller dot. Let's just see. So I'm just going to do a little bit of. So the dotting tool, Janet uses her dotting tools all the time in her neurographic stuff. And Terry and Janet have been doing, what's her name? Janet or Terry that y'all follow, the girl that does the watercolor. It's not neurographic, but it's that type of technique where it's all kinds of shapes and stuff. And they've been following her challenge. I think one of them will put her name in there. They follow her on Instagram. Eco, what's her name? Absolute beginner. But what's her name is, what's her name? Echo? Is that what she goes by? Well, absolute beginner on what do you call it? Instagram. Louise Browning, is that her name? Okay. But absolute beginner is her name on IG. And let me show you what Terry's did. Because I saw, well, Janet too. I could show y'all both of them. I just saw Terry's pop up this morning. Let's see. Terry. So Terry, here's a couple. Also, I'll flip through the ones that Terry's done. Here, oh, come on. All right, here we go. So here's some of the ones Terry's done. And it's a challenge. They're gonna. So you see the dots and stuff. This is the newest one. So those are the ones that Terry's done. And then Janet has done a few. Here's her couple that she's done. So it's a lot of shapes and things. Outlining shapes, and Janet does hers to look like watercolory, like that watercolory look. And then what does they say her name was? Absolute. Let's go to Absolute. Come on. All right, it's not coming up yet. I got to put more in. Absolute. Yes, the purples. Okay, I will do that. Absolute. Where did I find? What was her name? I can't find it. I'm scrolling. I'm looking. It's not coming up for me on IG without the full name. Absolute. Scrolling back. Where did Janet say her name? Absolute beginner. Oh, absolute beginner. Okay. Okay, here we go. No, that's not it. Okay, there's a dot in there. Okay, it's not coming up for me. I don't know why, Jen. I'm getting everybody else's absolute beginners, but I'm not getting hers. Let me Oh, Art Salute. Art Salute. Okay. Oh, thanks, Janet. Just no wonder. Okay, Art Salute. Okay, let's go back again. Hang on, guys. We'll find it. There we go. All right, I found her now. Okay. I don't do these challenges and I don't do Zentangle and that kind of thing. So I didn't know her name. Okay, but here we go. I do have her watercolor book. There she's doing speed it up there. But she does these challenges based on these grids and graphs and Janet has a bunch of these videos on her channel too. So if you follow Janet, she does these all the time on her channel. Let me click on Janet. I saw it. So y'all follow Janet. She'll be on at 1 Eastern. Thanks, guys, for clearing up that name situation. Okay, so all right. Tina needs coffee. Oh, that's a different girl. Okay, see, I'm confusing the two. Esolato is a different girl. Okay, well, let's look up her because that's the one I have her book, right, Janet? Esolato is the watercolor book girl. Okay. So follow both of them, people. Esolato, S-E-S-S, and I'm probably saying it wrong. Design, is that it? Is it Esolato Design? Yes, she's the one that sells the books. Yeah. Okay. So here's some of her stuff. So I have her book. But again, I think I've done one project. I think I've done this project out of it. Esolato. And I'm probably saying that wrong, guys. I'm sorry. Hi, Icy. So you can see. Janet does these as well. She works off both these girls' projects. Like this kind of thing here. So yeah, there we go. Okay, thanks, Janet. Thanks, y'all, for helping me clear that up. All right, let's see. Who else am I missing? Hi, Aline, Scuba Dives, Alyne. You can put it phonetically for me if you want. Let's see. All right. Yes, thank you, Janet. There's Janet's channel. Okay. She comes on at 1 Eastern. All right, so there's some little dots just so y'all can see, some dotting, which led us off on that rabbit trail. So this is the Languo gel pens. This one is a Pentel Matte Hop. All right, so Tell Him wanted me to do something with purples. Okay. Let's get the purple ones out. All right, let's make sure that's dry, and I'll go to we'll color something different. I want to make sure those white dots are dry. And the dots are thick, so they take a minute, They're thicker. All right, let's see what else we can find here to test out the purples. Again, this book is just for me to do some butterflies. How about some butterflies? It's not on the right. I need something on this side of the page because I'm already set up for this side. Let's see what we can find on this side. There's some frames, sunglasses, leaves. Let's see what I can find. Bunch of candies. I want something a little bigger so I can use the water. There's koi fish. I'm going to want that to be yellow and orange. I want something a little bigger so that we can, water it, blend it out. So let's see what we can. This is where I've done a alcohol marker, or I think Cameron tested that one actually. There's some buttons. Do we want to do some buttons? Dinos. Let's see what else. Let's go back the other way. This book is just my test book. A bunch of fruit. Some jewels, tools, typewriters, metals, phones. You can do some. Oh, here. You want to do some suitcases? That might be too big. Let's do some phones. Let's do some phones in purple phones. A line, not a B line. Okay, that's good. That's an easy way to remember it. A line, not B line. That's like my last name's Willingham, and the whole family does this. There's no ham like a Willingham. All right, let's see. We need to lighten that back up a little. There we go. All right, let's use the purple. Uh-oh, see? Water everywhere. Let's mop that back up here. Okay. All right, there's my little, because instead of using a water brush, I'm using a real brush in water and making a mess. Okay, there we go. Let's do the purples. We'll test all 9. Is it 9 colors? We'll test all 9 colors of the purples. Probably don't need to because some of them are pretty similar. Those are kind of similar. These two are kind of similar. All right. We'll do a swatch. We'll do a swatch and then color something. How about that? All right, let me move this paint out of the way. So the purples are called purple style. Paper style. I thought they said purple, but it's not. It's paper. Did they mean to say purple? And it came out pooper? Anyway, if you look it up, look for the purples. All right, let me put these back over here. All right, let's see. Here's my brush. Don't need the dot tool. Oh, see, this one goes in one of the cases. See, I've already lost track. Goes in this one. I don't like packaging. All right, so let's see here. I gotta steal that. No ham like a Willingham. The music teacher school is okay. There you go. She's a ham. There you go, Brenda. You gotta go for it, girl. Go for it. All right. So let's just see here. I'm just going to go from the darkest to the lightest, and we'll just do a little test here. We'll just play on these phones. We're going to play on the phone. All right. So let's put down, and again, they're very fine points. So you got to kind of, this will be good for small things. You don't want to color, some big something with these. You just don't. It's very fine tipped. I'm going to wipe that off and then just kind of blend it out. And I don't think they're numbered. Not that I would care, because I'm not going to care about the number. Each one, Okay, so that looks like the darkest in that set. This one's a little bluer. They're very juicy, but they're fine, very fine points. You got to remember that. I'm wiping off I'm over here wiping off the excess and then continuing to blend. Okay. And I did want to write down that these are LANGUO gel pens. Okay, next. You know, make sure and go watch Spare Room's video on these pens. I'm telling you, she'll do them justice for you. Okay, I'm running out of paint there. So. Okay, that's the third color. Now this one's a little bit more of a red, a red violet. Okay, that's color number 3. Good. A-line, yeah. All right. Here's a kind of a magenta. Are you excited to get yours, Janet? Janet ordered the whole set too. Just saying. There's a magenta, then a lighter magenta. Let's see, let's do like right next, kind of next to each other. Let's do them here on the screen. Janet gets hers in today. All right, 3 more. Let's do maybe right here. They write very fine. So when you have a big space like this, you know, it's a little more. Okay. 2 more. Let's do this phone here. Okay, then the last one is this real light one. Let's do, where do I want to do this right now? Maybe over here. And there's the 9 purple colors. Tell him, or anybody else that wanted to know the purples. There we go. There's the 9 purples. Let's see. I just so amazed at how much it spreads when adding water. Yes, that's because the gel is so juicy. They're so, like I said, I would not really want to write with them. Let me write something with them. All right, so like they flow just fine. It's just that for me, they're a little thick for writing, even at 0.6 or 6.6. They flow. And I guess if you like writing with a little bit, you know, flowier pen, I'm used to writing with a Sharpie pen. The Sharpie, not the Sharpie marker, but the Sharpie pen, that's my go-to writing tool of choice. Or the Stabilo Fine. The Stabilo Fines. Do I have one here handy? I'll have one right here. Let's see. The ones with the yellow bear, these. These are my this is the kind of thing I write with. They're very fine point. They're not real juicy. These are very juicy. So it just depends on what you like to write with, you know? All right, so let's see. Any more questions on these? I'm looking for questions. Terry, suggestions to Terry. I'm not sure that Jan and her are talking about something. Angie, I need all those phones. You need all the phones. Oh my goodness. So it's very cool. Let's take one of the purple. Let's take this darker one. And let's just do a little. Now this might not be dry yet to set my hand down on. But I'm going to try to do a section, like, let's see if I can do a whole little row of something and then go back and add the water. Like, I'm not sure how much open time you have. I don't know if, and I think she did talk about that. I think Jackie talked about how long, before they actually dry, that you can color with them before they don't move as easily anyway. Let's see. I'm going to do this whole little row of phone cord here. These little tiny spaces are so nice to get into that you could do with color pencil, and I have done it. But if you have a whole mess of little tiny stuff and you're having to sharpen those color pencils like every little time you put something down, you've got to sharpen again to keep that nice sharp point. This is nice. You know what I mean? To get in those little tiny areas. Like a little pattern on a dress or something, or, it just depends on what you like to color, obviously. All right, so there we go. So we got that done. Now let's take some water and see. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, well, they're still moving. I mean, it hasn't been that long, obviously. Trying to keep as little water as possible so that I can fade it out. Blend it out, feather it out. I'll hold it up here in just a second. Okay. It's not the neatest in the world, but you can see it feathered out. Okay. So what do y'all think? You want me to test something else or what? And I got to put all these back in. Dang. And you can clip them. You want to clip them on the plastic so they don't fall around. Oh, see, it's annoying me. So annoying. I do not like packaging at all. These are going to be going in rubber bands. So y'all better hope y'all check the names of all of them when I cannot do this. That's just me, guys. I cannot use products where every time I want a color, I'm having to put them back like this. I will not use them if I have to do this. I'm just saying. I know I'm not showing the black yet. That's a good idea, Deb. If I have to do this with every use, I'll know how annoying it is. So this is why I rubber band my supplies. This is why I do this. Oh, I need a color? Bam! I know the packaging looks nice and you keep all the colors together, and I know Janet will keep all hers like this. And then it's got the little thing, you can just hook it in there. They look pretty in the packaging, but I am all about the use. All right, let's get the black ones here. And I also have these colors here. These look really cool. Look at those nice jewel tones. Maybe we should test a couple of those. And then here's the next colors down from, no, that's not the next color down. I got water over here still. Good grief. All right, let's do the black. Let's move the water out of my way. Can we put something down? Let's dry this. Yes, Devin. And I don't even know if it's so much about speed as it's about it stops your flow. And I hate the term, if that makes sense. I hate saying that. I hate hearing it. If that makes sense. And I know y'all use it all the time too, so don't email me. But when you're in the middle of something and you're coloring, like I was doing this, and you're coloring and you're thinking about, all right, I need to shade this, I want to blend that, I want to do this, and you're having to stop and go. It interrupts. It interrupts your flow. And I know it's only like 1 second, but it's still, I'm just saying. All right, so let's try the black, and let's do a black, a mid gray, and a light gray. Let's do 3. I know it's funny, but it does. I don't want to have to stop and put something back in the package. And if I don't put it back in the package, I'll never remember which pack it came out of. Do you know what I mean? I'm never going to remember what pack it came out of. So if I'm not going to even put it back in the correct packaging, see, now look, I got a cap off. If I'm not going to put it back in the correct pack, then why put them in the packs at all? Yes, Tex. You know what I mean? These are getting rubber banded. I'm just going to say. I can't do it. People, I can't do it. Don't make me. All right, let's see. Let's go over here and let's do these fingernail polish. I just can't do it. Yes, I am. I'm running amok. All right, let's see. All right, let's do, where's my water here? All right, let's put it over on this side now because I moved over here. They look so nice in their little packs, in their little homes. All right, let's see. All right, let's do this. Let's do these little. Can y'all see this? All right, let's start here. This is the blackest black. This is the black. I love the Penzo. Y'all see my wall up here of my markers, my paints, my pens. There's very few. Now, my big set of glitter gel pens, they're still in their pack. Just because I just don't really have a place for that many. All right, so let's go ahead and do even though the tops would probably be silver or something, let's just go ahead and blend that out. So there's the black. I'll hold it up to the camera too. All right, the next one. And there's only in the blacks, there's 6, not 9. In the black and grays, there's 6 colors. It's a smaller pack, which just went in the garbage can. Okay, so I just know myself. I know if I have to put those back in the pack every time I want to use, unless it's just I want to just like a color or two for something very small and that's it. If I'm going to do a lot with it, like Spare Room Studios, Jackie was doing that whole piece. There's no way that I'd be putting them back in the pack between use. And if you don't put them back in the pack between use, you have to remember which pack they came out of. That's too much brain power to have to use while you're coloring. I don't want to have to try to remember which pack they came out of. And I got 10, 12 colors laid out. Oh, no. Oh, no, no, no. All right, let's see. These two are similar, and these two are similar. So I'll go with this and then the lightest one. Hi, Dot. How you doing? We're testing Langua gel pens that are water soluble. And we're playing with them in this testing coloring book. I'm in the anti-packaging group. They get on my yes, and it's not it's pretty packaging. Don't get me wrong, it's perfect for them. They each have their own little. You can see all these are the purples, right? These are the skin tone lights, and there's a skin tone dark in here somewhere. There's those. But when I take them all apart and put them in bundles, they're going to be in rubber bands. Just saying. All right, so there we go. I didn't do the last one there, but there's 4 out of the, is there 6? There's 6 grays and there's 4 of them right there. So there you go, Debbie. Let's see. Who else am I missing here? They do have a name on the set and a code number on the pen. Okay, let's see. So the code, all right, let me get that pack back out of the garbage. Let's see. All right, let's try to compare here. Okay. They're in Chinese or Japanese. What do you mean it has a code number? That code number is it Korean? Or is that Chinese? Anyway, they're not in English. Don't make me learn a language, Jackie, to use these. Don't make me. I'm looking for it on the actual pen itself. I don't see a number on the. Okay, yeah, I do. There's a number. All right, so here's a number 0. And again. 0582. There's no 0582. Look. Oh, thanks. Thank you. I need the rubber band fun. Thanks, Kat. Oh, someone asked if the colors show over black paper. You mean, are they opaque? All right, well, let's do a little test with that. Not if you're using water. If you're using water, you're watering it down. Do you know what I mean, Devin? Here, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, well, let's just pop these. I'm not gonna clip them. They all need to be clipped to their little plastic. Otherwise, this is as far as I got with it. I love the pens, don't get me wrong. And it's not just this packaging. Don't get me wrong. It's any packaging. That's why all my markers and everything are right here, rubber banded up, Nothing's in their packaging. Uh, all right. So let's do that. Let's do a like right here, this little palette here. On the pin, it's English, but how do you match it up? On the pin, it's in English, but it's not in English on the pack. So if all these pins are out of the pack, you know, like if I have if I have a pin out of each one of these, there's 19 packs, y'all. There's 19 packs. I showed them all at the beginning. If I took one out of each and set these aside, you know, did whatever, and go to put them back, there's no way to match the number. I still got water sitting there. Ugh. Go check. Yeah, okay. Jackie's gonna go. Jackie, it's midnight in Australia. You do not have to go do that, girl. You do not have to go do that. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't want to spill this water again. All right, let's do a test with. Oh, let's just do a red or something here. We'll do a nice bright red. How about that? And we'll go. I'll just color over the whole row here and then water it down. Because the reason I like these guys is because you can water them down. All right, enough biashing about the packaging, right? Okay, I can still see the line art through it on a dark red. Well, true red. Now, if I put black here, Devin or whoever, Devin was asking for somebody else, it's going to cover up the line art, or probably a dark blue or a dark purple. It's probably going to cover it up, you know. But here, let me show you before I add water to it. So you can still see the line art. Match your swatch. No need for packaging info. Yeah, I know. All right, here we go. I'm loving the pins. Don't get me wrong. I love the pins. All right, there's red. It's hard to see for old. Yeah, that's what. Hey, girl. Yeah, so on the pen is, and it's very small. You got to tilt it, and it's silver. You know when they have the different 0559. I tell you, if Langau, if you want a review of these, go to Jackie's. She talks about them amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the pens. All right, but let's see. So this is like 0559. On the packaging, here are the colors. Here are the numbers for the colors. Do you see that? It's not in English. Okay, we'll see. When Janet gets hers, I want to see what she thinks or does about it all. I love the pens. Don't get me wrong. I love the pens. But I got to take a quick break. Let me do a BRB. I don't want to get all Twitter pated. No, don't make me, Arlene. Don't make me. Let's see, with no cats in here. Okay, I'm good. I'll be right back. All right, I just thought of something. Oh, let's see. All right, I'm going to back up a couple here. All right. Did I miss anything? Then you match the same number on the 9 pieces. Oh, this is what I'm thinking of. All right, so I do need to fill up my little rubber band thing is getting a little deep dive down there. I keep all my rubber bands here, but I have, when this goes down, which it does, I have my packs of rubber bands here. There we go. All right, so this is what I'm thinking. Let's test it out. Let's test this out. Y'all ready? Let me move this water out of the way. I'll spill it again if I don't. Where can I put it? Right, Jackie? And I'm really not. It's really not that big a deal. But you see how they clip over the top of the plastic, which holds them all in place. See? It holds them all in place because they're clipped to the plastic on the outside. All right, but I'm going to test something. And also, you feel a need. Jackie, do you feel a need when you put these back in the pack to put them back? Janet will. You feel the need to keep them all in not chronological, in shade, keep them all in their correct shade when you put them back. Doesn't that make you feel like you have to do that every time? That's another thing. All right, let's see here. This is what I want to do. Let's see. Can I get the sucker out of there? Let's see. It's going to come out. Let's see. Right, let's go through the bottom. All right. Now we're cooking. People. I can breathe again. Oh. Bye-bye. Take it out the bottom. I found that's the easiest. We cut off the little excess amount. Plastic gone. Rubber band. Let's keep nice thick rubber bands. Okay, and we start at the bottom. If you go at the bottom, then you can wrap it like you can wrap it like 3 or 4 times and keep them nice and tight. But look, now if I need a black or a gray, all I have to do is pull this out and go, okay. Oh, yes, Jackie. Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Just be happy I'm keeping them all together. Because here's the thing. I may at some point be tempted to put all the pinks together, all the blues together, not keep them with their individual little packs. So there. Oh. All right, let's close this up here. Let's keep this here so we can see what we're doing. Oh, we're doing all of them. Y'all just sit back. Just sit back and relax. Or go get you, what do they call? Go get you a cozy drink. And if you have to take the pins out from the top because they're connected. They're all connected, so you have to take them off the top. No, and listen to me, like anybody's going to do this. Like anybody's going to take their pins out of their boxes and do this. So I can breathe. I feel like I can breathe. Whatever. I will use them. I'm just telling y'all. I will use these so much more now. Now that I don't have to fight packaging to use them, I will use them so much more. I'm trying to get a nice thick rubber band for each one too. Jacket. Oh, hello. Oh, girl. That was funny, Jackie. Hi, Riri. Tori. Anybody else I missed? Don't ask. Y'all have to go back. Don't ask. Oh my goodness, my eyes are watering now. Hey, y'all are still here, so thank you. Upstairs gonna come on and go, what in the heck? If he stops, sometimes he stops in. He'll stop and he doesn't talk, but he'll stop in just to see how it's going, And he's gonna go, what in the world happened with your pin boxes? All right, let's get some good rubber bands out here. Okay. Here's the gold, silver, and whites. Again, you got to unclip them, right? And then I'll take the... I'm still laughing at Jackie. There we go. Oh, man, that feels good. Yeah, you're probably right there, me. You're probably right about that. I don't know how long the tags will stay on there either. But for now, it's a compromise. It's my compromise for getting rid of the packaging and keeping what's what without them having to be in a row, all the ducks in a row, because we have all the ducks in a row. Oh, right there. Once they're all together, see, I can just pop one out when I want it because the rubber band's nice and tight. There we go. Let's see. Are there numbers on the swatch? No, they're in Chinese or Japanese. There's not Japanese. I think it's Chinese. No, there's no numbers on them. That's what I'm saying. Dee, do I tell you some people bought these pins? Wait a minute. In a fancy fangled trace. Oh, no. All right, spare room. Let me show you my Woomers. Well, let me show you here. All right, first off, I do have multiple sets. I do have multiple sets of Prismacolor, and some of them are in cases, right? Here's my everyday Prismacolors. They're in a silverware tray. Orange, yellow, reds, pinks, purples, greens, blues, neutrals. This is my everyday Prismacolor. Woomers, I bought a nice, and I like the Woomers. Don't get me wrong. Woomers are nice. Those plastic trays that are like, they're just like floppy. No. Here's my Woomers. Now I do gotta say, I do keep, here's one of my pencil cases. Here's one of my nice pencil cases with my Holby, my Loomies, my Holbees, and then I have another case for my Polys. So I do keep these nice expensive pencils in a case, okay? But my everyday Prismacolors, they're in a silverware tray. As Denise used to say, Mom, you gave me the crap pencils? No, they're just my everyday favorite pencils. And that's why they're in a silverware tray, so I can use them easily, quickly. Let's see. Harley, I have no ducks now. Oh my gosh. Let's see. When Jenny gets hers, she will build a wooden shelving system. All right. Now, y'all know. Do I need to show y'all? Y'all have seen. You've seen my pen and marker build. Is there anybody here that has not seen my pen and marker build? They have spots. They have places. They have homes. I'm sure, Jackie, have you seen my my build? Where everything is has a home. Oh my gosh, even the process of actively using my Prismas, I return them to their slots. See, I can't, Kat. It distracts me. Yes, they pay rent. They pay a lot of rent. No, like I was saying earlier, Kat, if you were here, that just having to put them back in these packs, hook them back on the plastic, and keep them all in color order, my imagination and creativity just went. It's too distracting. I don't want to be distracted by supplies. Supplies are my tools. They're my tools. I'm in charge of my tools. My tools are not in charge of me. Okay. Well, see, and that's another thing. Even I have a couple things. Like I said, my big set of glitter gel pens that there's 150 or 200, whatever. I keep those. I'll show y'all in a minute. I keep those in just because to contain them all. But I like my supplies corralled. And this is my solution to not having to stop my mental creativity, stop in the middle of something to put a pen back in its little home in correct order. Yeah. My tools are not going to make me OCD, Janet. They are not going to make me OCD. They can be OCD. I'm not going to be OCD about them. This is as OCD as I'm getting. Oh my goodness. View, I see you're still here. Are you still up in the front pew watching me do this? I'm already feeling less stress over using these. It wasn't that bad, guys. I'm exaggerating, really. But I know myself, and I know I won't use stuff and that's why in my studio everything is open shelved. It looks like you come in this room, you go, oh my Lord, look at all these journals and all la la la. It's because they're on open shelves. Now I have some drawers with tools and you know, stuff like that. But pretty much everything is open shelf so I can see things. If I don't see it, it's not going to get used. I just know myself. I mean, I've been at this for 60 plus years, at least 60 years. I've been at this. So, you know myself. V says Janet gave me the evil eye. I have cases, but they ain't in number order. Okay, so you don't feel the need to keep them in their little ducks in a row. All right. I've done a little quick tour. I'm not going to do it today, but y'all have seen me do a quick tour of take the camera down and spin it around my room a minute, you know. Everything is open shelves because that's how I know how to find things. We're getting there, people. We're getting there. We're getting there. I need a thicker rubber band. But this is how I store everything. Well, my alcohol markers are not in rubber bands. They got their own cubbies, like yellow, orange, red, green. They all have their own little cubby. Same thing for my acrylic paints. They have their little square plastic bin. There's purples, browns, pinks, oranges, reds, yellows, greens, blues, teals. They each have their own little bin. Oh my gosh, too funny. All right, let's see. Got just a couple more. Well, 5 or 6. Janice, I can hear her talking to me later. I can hear her in my head. Denise, same thing. Denise going, oh my Lord, you took them out of their little homes. They don't have their home anymore. She would be one of the ones that wants it all in the packaging. But y'all have to remember, I use my stuff. I use it. So I'm surprised y'all are still here. All right. I love these colors. These like dark jewel tones. They're called colorful blacks, but they're like dark jewel tones. Look at those. Oh, love those colors. We'll have to test. We'll do something with these maybe here in a minute. Oh, I didn't get that time. I've got to do one more. Okay, I got 2 more. That's it, guys. There's 19 packs. FYI, 19 packs. And you can buy them separately. I don't know if you can buy all of the colors separately, if they all are available. But Denise bought a couple packs. Like she bought a pink one, I think, a blue one. And they run about $6 to $8, depending on the pack, I think, each. If you bought them separately. I think Kat or Janet put a link to them for the whole set if you buy all 19 of them. All right, last one. And we're gonna play with this one. Well, what do you mean by blend? Like they're gel pens. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute. They'll blend with water. This is why I bought them. I bought them because of the way Jackie's Spare Room Studio used them with water. That's why I got them. So do they blend with water? Absolutely. Without water? Yeah, I guess you probably can blend them. It'd be a little bit of work. We'll play with it here in just a minute. Last one here. We're gonna play. I want to play with those jewel tones. All right. There we go. All right. So, like I said, there's 19 sets. Oh, that feels good. Y'all just don't know. Oh, not to have to get. Oh, look, I cut my. Look, this is why I don't like the packaging. If you don't like blood, look away. Let me get a baby wipe. I cut my finger opening all those getting those pins out of the packaging. It's my what do you call it? Cuticle. My cuticles. All right, hang on, guys. Let me go get a Band-Aid. Good grief. Hang on. All right, I put some hydrogen peroxide on there so everybody can calm down. Security! Oh, View, I love you. Oh my gosh, View. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, hang on. Let me put this Band-Aid on my finger. Security. All right, there we go. I'm good. All right. Move my tool. Oh my gosh. Hang on. Okay. We're done. There we go. We're done. My eyes are watering. You made me feel extra guilty. No, don't. See, this was fun. This was fun. It was fun. Do not feel guilty, Jackie. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't have done it if I would have thought, oh, I'm going to make Jackie feel bad because I threw the packaging away. No, girl, no. All right. So here we go. There's all our 19 sets right here. All right, now, what were we going to do? What were we going to test? Oh, blendability. Okay, let me get my book back here. All right, let's go over here to the. All right, for one, when we're going to talk about blendability, first off, let me say this again, because maybe you weren't here, whoever, I forgot who asked. They're very fine points. All right, here we go. Let's see. Let's get this color, and oh, wait, let's pick another color. So easy to see. Let's pick I need a lighter teal. Do I want one of these? Let's see, what color do I want? Do I want these colors? Do I want those colors? What colors do I want? Because I can see them all at one time. And when they're on my shelf, they're going to be right up there. Okay. Okay, so let's see. I need a light here. Let's go with this. Here we go. All right, so again, see, you can see all the colors at the top. So if they're in my build, hang on, I'm going to take y'all down. I'm going to take y'all down. Hang on. So if they're in my build here, I can see them. See, there's all my paints. Whoops. There's my paints. There's my alcohol markers. So if I find a hole, I'll have to rearrange a little bit. But if they're all like this, I can see the colors. They're not in packaging. Everything is nice and rubber banded up. And then go around over here. Go up there. There's some more up there. So everything is just so easy to find. Okay, let's hang y'all back up on the yardstick. Okay. Clip y'all back up. There we go. All righty. All right, so that's how these will be stored. They will be stored on their side like these, and I can see every color at a glance. All right, so let's see about blendability. Now, again, these fine tips, if you want to do like something this big and you want to blend, this is tiny. You're probably not going to want to do something like that with these because they're such fine tips. You'll have to go back and look, Miss Sally K. I can't go back for the last 3 hours and show you what I've done. All right, so let's just let's try to blend. Let me take all 3 of these, and with no water. Again, let's zoom in. Again, the tips are very, very fine. Okay. So I'm going to use these 3 colors here. So if I was going to do this whole little cassette tape, it's going to take me a hot minute. I did not buy them for this reason. So can you blend them like this? Yeah, I guess you could. Back and forth there. A little, you could probably blend them, but that's not why I bought them. Hi, Lisa. Hey, girl, hey. This is why I bought them. What do I do with my water? Oh, there it is. My water here. I'm not using a water brush, but this is why I bought them. See, that's why. All right, just to throw a spanner in the works, I tried scribbling onto a plate today and could dilute them and then paint with them. Okay, now I haven't done that with gel pens. I have done that with other like Tombows, other water soluble things, and that's why sometimes I keep the plastic like this off the back of like the rubber stamps I showed earlier. I'll do this. I'm going to test them with this too, but I'm going to show y'all that you can use your, let me just grab a Tombow or any water soluble, any water soluble. You can use your distress inks. Let me get a color. All right, so here we go. So here, you can't hardly see the plastic, but you can scrape it down like this, scrub it down like that, and then get your water. You can wet it, and you can paint with your water soluble materials like this Tombow, right? So you can do it now. Again, Jackie was saying she did it with the gel pens. We'll test that out here in a second. So I've done this for a while using other things. See, Jackie just enabled me with a whole nother product line. Just saying. All right, let me get a baby wipe here. You can do your distress inks, your oxides. Same thing. You just put some down on a piece of plastic, wet it down, and you got a little watercolor palette. Okay. All right. Let's see. The Steve McDonald Fantastic. Oh, yes, this is the book you enabled me. This is the one you enabled me for view, and I just use it just for this purpose. I use it just for sampling, swatching, this kind of thing. All right, so now let's go. See, I'm already thinking, which one did these come out of? Oh, yeah. All right, this one came out of here. This one came out of here. And this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This came out here. Okay. So I know there's 9 in the pack. All right. So let's get a dry one now. So I'm gonna start with a piece of dry plastic. And let's see. Let's try some of the reds and something, kind of bright. All right. Bye, Arlene. All right. So we're gonna. Oh, did you say to put these down on plastic? I must have missed something. Spare room. Jackie. What did you write these down on, or put them? It's not going down on plastic. So I missed something. I missed a step. Jackie. What, you didn't put it on plastic. What did you put it down on? Let's see. Yeah, thanks, Kat. That's the book that I use for swatching and sampling. Did I miss it? I must have missed something. I think she's a little lag. And she's also, guys, it's 12 hours ahead. She's probably missing her bedtime. She's in Oz, guys. Spare room Jackie is in Oz. Okay. Are y'all having fun yet? So yeah, so that is why I bought these, is because I wanted to play with them as a watercolor. And if y'all missed it, let me go back here. Where's my iPad? Where did I put it? Where's my iPad? Oh, there it is. I'm going to show y'all Spare Room's video again for just a second. Oh, a ceramic plate? Well, I got a ceramic plate. Will it go down on a ceramic plate? You mean like? All right, here's a ceramic plate. Let's see. Maybe. I'd have to work at it. But again, a little too much trouble. All right, I'm going to show y'all. Here we go. We're going to go back to where we left off.
I have worked with gel pens, diluting them with water in the past. So I've had mixed results. So the Secure Jelly Rolls are certainly not what I would term a budget gel pen.
I'm trying to get it to not be so flashed out.
But the Secure Jelly Roll,
it's very flashed out. Let me see if I can fix it.
And I've also worked with some
that's a little better. You'll have to go subscribe and watch.
No-name sort of gel pens that I've picked up in dollar store type stores or, discount department stores. And they have worked with mixed results. So some have worked better than others. So all I can say is if you've got gel pens, have a play with them and maybe test them in a sketchbook or a
I'm going to scrub a little head just so y'all can see a little more process. But y'all have to go follow her.
Things, random things that, might be deemed as junk. But when it comes to your art
Thanks, Tina, put a link in.
Or your colouring practice or techniques, sometimes these random things can be really useful. Hang
on, let her catch up here. I scrubbed her forward. Come on, come on. Come on. Load.
Yes. With the fish, I decided to keep them all the same sort of colour. I've introduced some of that pinkish red there into
she speeded up a little
fish
there.
Just so that they're a little bit different. But I wanted them to be very
So y'all go over there and watch her. Watch that video. It's her newest one last I saw. It was her newest one. This is a ceramic. This is ceramic. This is not the kind of ceramic we're talking about. I'm not sure what kind of ceramic you're talking about then. Okay. Either way, I'm loving these. I am loving them even more so when they're not in the packaging. Oh my goodness. So, okay, guys, there's 19 different sets you can buy, or you can buy them all together. They run like $6 to $8 or thereabout for each one, $6.99 to $8.99, I think Denise said, because she bought her a couple of sets. I think they're $69 for all of them on Amazon. That's US. I don't know, I think Jackie might have got her somewhere else because I know, she's in Oz. So, but there's all the packs. See how you can see them now? Look. Oh my gosh, so much better. All I'd have to do is lay them all out facing me like this, and I can see the caps on every single one. Oh. Yes, Janet comes on at 1 Eastern, guys. I hope y'all had fun. I had fun doing all this. Let me back up a little. I had fun doing all this, playing with the new pens. If y'all missed it, I also showed some new stamps, and I showed a flip through of both of these newest collage soup books. Fino Lino, which I showed, it's all like lino cut, and then Carousel Dreams, which is a lot of boho florals. So those are the newest collage soups that I have. So the plate was really smooth. I just scribbled a small area and went, well, okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm glad. I hope that works. You have to show it sometime, unless you've shown it before already, Jackie. And Jackie, thanks again for letting us use you as an example for all the enabling today. Well, not all the enabling, just the pen enabling. You're a good sport. You're a good sport. So, all right, guys, we'll see you over at Janet's in about an hour and a half. Don't forget, Devin streams on Wednesdays at 3 Eastern. Kathy Berg, who I don't know if she's still here, Kathy Berg streams tomorrow on Tuesdays about 10 a.m. So, and Miriam, go follow Miriam. She streams at all different times. When she can, when she's not having to run to a shelter to hide, Y'all know what I'm talking about. So y'all keep Miriam and all, all the world. Just keep the world in your prayers, guys. We're gonna make it. We'll make it. There's Kathy. Yeah. See y'all tomorrow. Okay. All right, guys. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Go color. Go make something creative. And y'all have a blessed rest of your day. Bye, guys.